of change. Alrighty, it's Thursday. It's a little after 12 because I got my YouTube to work to connect. I think I'm going to put this up a little bit higher because I need you all to see me a little bit better. But I'm here. I am so grateful to be here with you every week, Thursdays, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And today we're going to talk for a moment about your intuition, because intuition is pretty much a guide for your entire life to know where you want to go in life and what you're supposed to follow. And it's this little GPS. And last week, when I was giving my talk, I realized even more so the value of intuition and the value of how powerful intuition really is when we follow it. I feel like it's kind of dark on my video. And so I was just meeting with this guy who's the mayor of a local municipality, and he watched my talk last week, and it really inspired him to take massive action on things in his life that he's been wanting to do and that he knows is important for him to do, but he just didn't know like where to start. But after listening to me go over my reclaim, rebuild, restore framework, he really was inspired to take charge of his life and to go and do what he wants to do. And so he said it was the spark that I needed to take action. And that's really what my channel and what the work I do in the world is all about. It's all about you following your dreams and desires, but also really coming to know who you are and your mission and why you want to do it, and following that guidance, that intuition that calls you to step into something or somewhere where maybe you're afraid. And usually it's unknown and you've never been there before. And so you're not sure how it's going to turn out. And so if you step into it though, what ends up happening is you transform, you become a new person, you expand. And that's truly why we're here on this planet, to not only serve humanity, but we're also here to expand as human beings. We're here to step into those places where we know we want to change, or it can be we want to let go of something. We want to let go of something that we have learned our lesson with, or that we're tired of being in. And this is one of the reasons, as I say every week, this is one of the reasons why I created my women's program, Find Your Fire. It's because me personally going through an experience where I realized I was very miserable and very unhappy, but I was too afraid to leave or try something new or go after something different. And a person, a very wonderful, lovely person in my life, showed me that there was this group that I could join that might help me to transform or change or learn something, because I was out of solutions. I was out of solutions in my own life. Have you ever been there before? Have you ever been in a place where you're out of solutions and you've tried everything to make something work or to change something and it's not working? Have you been there before? And so what did you do? Did you give up? Did you just say, oh, it is what it is, and I'm just stuck in this place that I'm really miserable for, and I'm going to be here the rest of my life, and I just have to accept it? Well, we don't. There's always a solution. There's always a solution to where we are either stuck in pain, or we're stuck energetically, or we feel like there's no way that we're ever going to see this any differently. But there is a way. There's always a way. And so my Find Your Fire program that I created for women is all about choosing something that you want to go after or let go of, because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing the same old, and nothing's changing. And so what happens then is when women take my program, they choose something they want to change, or they bring forth a desire that they're afraid to bring forth, because 50% of women say they don't want to change, or they're scared to change because lack of support, lack of finances, and lack of confidence. Those are the three reasons why women don't want to move forward or let go of something. And you know what? This is something that's really been driving me crazy lately. And I think it's pushing me and catapulting me forward to get my work out there in an even bigger way, is that women continually stay in relationships that are detrimental to them, where they are the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, and the men in their life are not stepping up to the plate. They're not doing the work to change. They're not, rising with the women. The women are rising. The women are taking more and more and more chances on themselves. And this is awesome. And I'm so proud of you women. But so many women are doing this. They're leaving marriages that they're just sick of being in because the men are unwilling to step up. They are unwilling, to step up and to be the people that the women they want to be. And so I created this program, Find Your Fire, because I did not want other women to go through what I went through. Although there are so many women that are going through it and have gone through it and will continue to go through it. And so I created this Find Your Fire program. It's a 5-module self-paced program so that women could actually chase their dreams and desires and do what they wanted to do in this world. And that is important because for thousands and thousands of years, women have been oppressed and suppressed. And especially women who know within them that there is something more for them to do in this world. And so this was birthed out of my own experience. And I created this because I want more women to chase their dreams and let go of what's not serving them anymore, or let go of the crap in their life that holds them back from being their true, authentic, genuine, happy, joyful selves. So that's an aside. I want to talk to you today just for a few brief minutes about your intuition. And I know I say this a lot and I go over the same things, but sometimes we need the repetition. We need it to be hammered into us because we don't hear it, because we're in denial, because we're afraid, because we think it's never going to work for me or nobody's listening. But you're not even listening to yourself. And if you start listening to yourself and actually following the guidance, and sometimes it seems so off the wall and it's so crazy that you can't even believe you're hearing it, and you followed it, what would happen? Okay, so this is something that just happened for me. I did my presentation last week for a chamber in my local area. From this chamber, I got several leads. And one of the men, who is the mayor of another municipality, he wanted to meet me for coffee because he said, "You sparked so much in me, Melissa, to go after something that I've been wanting to do." And as we're sitting there having coffee this morning, a man walks up to him who lives in his area, who is one of the anchors of my local news station, who I didn't even know. And he introduces me to him and says, "You should have Melissa on your show as like a person of interest." And he said, "Do you have a business card?" And I said, "Yes, I do. It's a book of matches," because I'm a firewalk instructor. So I don't give out business cards, because business cards, in my opinion, are kind of like something people just throw away or they put away. But a book of matches, that might catch your attention, because some people smoke, some people light candles, some people like to light the fire in their fireplace and they never have a match. So I give out a book of matches, and he was laughing at my book of matches, but I said, "It's memorable. And now you remember that I'm the firewalk instructor." So I didn't know that I would be meeting this guy at the coffee shop while meeting this other man. And that was listening to my intuition. That was just showing up and getting myself out there, putting myself out there. So I'm going to challenge you today. Where in your life is there something you dream of, desire to have, or to change within yourselves, or to go after, and you don't listen to that still small voice within you to go after it? Because that's why we're here, you all. We are here to evolve and change and transform. And if we continue to shut down and oppress and suppress and to keep quiet that still small voice, because I wasn't trained as a little girl to listen to my intuition, but if we continue to do that, it becomes more clear. You get more clarity. You will actually begin to do those things, and you will do them over and over, and that just builds your confidence. And my channel is all about going from fear to confidence. And so Where in your life do you want something and you continue to say no to yourself? Where is that? Because I'm going to say to you, you want to do it. Because if you end up at the ripe old age of 80 or 90 and you didn't do those things that you wanted to do, how are you going to feel? What's that going to feel like when you realize you coulda, shoulda, woulda, and you didn't go after those things in your life that you could have because you were too afraid, or you thought people would make fun of you, or it was too scary, or you listen to somebody in your life that says you'll never be able to get that? Because this is what we do. We listen to people outside of ourselves in our external world versus listening to our inner world. It's an inside job, you all. And I know I say the same things over and over and over again, but this is the way I had to learn about myself, is that I had to listen to people and read books and, maybe even watch YouTube channels over and over and over and over again so that I would actually do and listen to what I was hearing I was supposed to do. And sometimes those things that we're supposed to do, sometimes they don't pan out exactly as we think. And maybe we don't get what we thought we were supposed to get, but we still showed up and it turned out differently. And I was sitting in my car driving this morning to this coffee shop. And how many times have we had unanswered prayers, if you want to call them? There's a song by Garth Brooks called Unanswered Prayers. But how many times have we had something work out not the way we thought it would, but it ended up being better than we could have ever planned or expected? And there's an affirmation that I do that I've been doing for many years. Everything in my life turns out, I forget now, shoot, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's something about sometimes the way we expect things to turn out are different, but it's better than I could have ever planned. And that is sometimes how life works out. And we just have to trust it. But if we learn to do this and listen to ourselves, we begin to trust ourselves. And that is how we are meant to be. We are not meant to be listening to other people, places, and things that are telling us what to do unless we discern and check in within ourselves. And this was something else on my heart this week. I've been listening to something, and I don't follow a lot of hierarchical stuff. Like, if somebody tries to tell me that I need to follow this hierarchy, I really don't listen to that. If now, and that that's very broad, but I learned over the years that a lot of this hierarchy stuff doesn't work for me. And it really isn't meant to be like that on this planet. We are really not supposed to be giving our authority away and listening to hierarchies, thinking there are these hierarchies that are better than us. Maybe I should phrase it like that. And that's what I want people to know as well. The inner authority is the one that you need to listen to, not these other hierarchies that say, I know more than you, I'm wiser, I'm better, I'm whatever. I don't listen to that stuff anymore. None of it. Because I know what's best for me. And I have a connection with my soul. And my soul is connected to divinity, spirit, the greater energy, the higher wisdom, intelligence, the higher whatever. And that's the only thing that I listen to. And so hopefully you're going to learn to listen to your intuition, because if you do, your life is going to get better. You are going to you're going to have clarity. You're going to be able to make decisions faster. You are going to know what to do. And even if it's scary, you're going to do it anyway. And this is what I've learned from my own personal experience. So I hope you will do that. And I hope you will join me every Thursday. I don't see any questions. I told you all that if you come to my channel on Thursdays and you ask me a question, I would be happy to do some coaching with you or walk you through something if you need that. But I don't see any questions. But I will continue to show up here because I am an igniter of change. I am someone who wants to light a fire under you to go after your dreams and desires and to listen to that inner voice The inner voice is the one that knows the truth. The inner voice. And don't get all entangled and enmeshed in all of this stuff that's going on in the world. Try to stay focused on love and peace and loving yourself and having self-compassion and having compassion for those things that are going out and empathy for those things going on in the world. But don't give them your energy. Don't give them your energy. And if you do get angry, which I have, then what can you do to channel that energy to be more of service in some way, shape, or form to serve other people in your community? Because if we continue to look out here, which is what I've kind of been doing, and giving my anger and my energy to those situations, whatever it is, sadness, it's the tooth fairy. I don't know what that means. Then what's going to happen is your energy is being expended in places and on people and things that are going to take it from you. And so I'm not going to give that energy to any person, place, or thing that is trying to take it from us in a negative way. And so I would have you think about that as well. So thank you for joining me today on my live. I appreciate it. And I would love for you to share or subscribe, or if someone needs some motivation, then I would love for you to share that with them. And thank you for joining me on this live, like I do every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will look forward to connecting with you next Thursday. And I hope you have a fabulous day. And wherever you are in the world, it's a beautiful, wonderful day. Go out and enjoy it. Get outside. Enjoy the sunshine if it's sunshiny where you are. Put your feet in the grass and feel Mother Nature. That will also get you in touch with your intuition. All right. See you soon.